Hello, my name is Joe, and I'm that stinky person who stands next to you on the bus or sits in the nearby desk. I didn't even think about it for a long time. I grew up as an ordinary guy, not too sociable, reserved, and a little mischievous, but nothing outstanding. I had few friends, and those were mostly in the drama group where I went after school. We put on different performances, and I even managed to get a couple of the main parts, so my ego was happy. But at some point, around 14, my body started changing, and I began to feel some strange smell next to me. I can't say that it's directly disgusting or something, just strange. I bathed twice a day, used deodorants, changed my clothes for clean ones, but the smell remained somewhere nearby. At first, it seemed to me that it was something in my room that smelled bad, but my mom said she did not see anything. Then I realized the smell was everywhere, and I decided that the problem was in my sense of smell. The fact is that my mom had the same thing, a genetic one. She feels only very strong smells, when under her nose something stinks or fiercely smells, you know? And it seemed to me, maybe I have the same problem, but of a little different character. And then I started to notice how people frown or turn away in my presence. I was looking for flaws in my appearance. I thought that there was too much acne on my face or that I looked like a freak. My self-esteem at that moment fell somewhere under the baseboard and refused to go out. But it was still not so bad to ask the crooks directly, what is wrong with me? People were moving away from me, making faces, and in the classroom, they started looking at me sideways and whispering in the corners. And when I did ask what the problem was, they just neighed and pointedly covered their noses. I thought it was just a way to insult me, so that's how the most difficult time in my school life started. I learned what school bullying meant, even when teachers support it. They literally shied away from me, insulted me in every way, drew caricatures, even said I lived in a garbage dump. I was offended. I thought the matter was in my appearance or my clothes or behavior, but everything turned out to be simpler. You see, I knew I regularly took a shower, regularly put on clean and fresh clothes, do not wear one t-shirt or socks longer than one day. Well, I just could not imagine that the problem was in the smell. Later, I read that many people do not know their smell. So, for example, smokers easily go into the room and they feel okay, but the non-smokers at this moment simply choke because of a specific smell. Just yourself, especially if you are in the smell at the time, you can't smell it. They kicked me out of the drama group because the kids refused to work with me. I wanted to offer a relationship to the girl, but she sent me somewhere far away and started the teasing at school. Anyway, one continuous misfortune, and what was the reason? I could not understand. It was clear only that kids and adults did not want to communicate with me and stay next to me. And then a new girl came to our class. She was pretty and very stubborn, as it turned out later. At first, she also frowned being silent. And then, after hearing the teasing, she simply walked up and said, "You stink, do something about it." And it finally dawned on me. I went to the doctor because I knew for sure my stink had no other reasons than illness. And the doctor said that this is really a disease, or rather a specific fungus that lives in the upper layers of the skin and makes sweat very caustic and smelly. I noticed myself how my t-shirt's color burns out in the armpit area, but I thought that it was a matter of desiccation. But it turned out that my things were spoiled by the same fungus that deprived me of communication with peers. I was prescribed a course of treatments, including special pills, gels, ointments, and a diet. They even issued a special deodorant, which does not stop sweating, but kills the smell. It was a long, sometimes painful journey. I lived according to the schedule, ate exclusively approved products, on the list of which there were no chocolates, no chips, not even soda. In short, nothing that I loved so much. But I had a goal and motivation, and I did not like that people shied away from me. 6 months later, the doctor confirmed that I was completely healthy. Yes, I myself felt it because a strange smell disappeared from my nose, and that brave new one at the next lesson showed me a thumbs up and winked. And then I gave her flowers and invited her on a date. She agreed. I don't know how we will develop our relationship, but everything is fine. I'm just ready to hold her in my arms because she was not afraid to tell me what my problem was. Well, she's cool in life, so this is probably love. What I want to say, guys, before laughing at a person, make sure he is aware of his problems. I understand that neighing over a neighbor or classmate is priceless, but you have to be kinder to each other. Just say, "You stink," or "You have your fly open," or "This piece of toilet paper does not match the color of your shoes," and the person will thank you so much. Because I have to remind you, we do not always notice some unpleasant changes in our body. And you may also find yourself to be in the shoes of the victim who doesn't get the reason for bullying. Because I remind you, we do not always notice any unpleasant changes with our body. And it is not a fact that one day you will not find yourself in the position of a victim who does not understand at all why.